Good evening to you and welcome to the campus of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. I'm Jordan King taking you through tonight's action between Manitowoc Lutheran, Manti Lou, coming over here to Fond du Lac to take on Winnebago Lutheran Academy, the first home game of this campaign for WLA, 1-0 on the season, as is Manitowoc Lutheran. A pretty impressive 64-36 win over at Kiel. That was on Tuesday for Manti Lou, and for WLA, they went down to Oakfield. They played an extremely talented Oakfield team. Now, I know you're going down to D5 in that, and it's a 62-58 win. But make no mistake about it, a sectional final team from a year ago in Oakfield, and the Oaks bring back everyone except for Lindsey Streeter, one player off of that team a season ago. And coming up here, obviously WLA returns a ton, but that's a good win for a few inexperienced players for WLA that got their first varsity action on Tuesday, most notably Haley Wolf, Addison Supernand, and Jenna Petrowitz, the trio of sophomores for WLA up on varsity. And I'll tell you what, Addie Supernand had herself a game. Only 8 points, and I say only, that's pretty good for any sophomore, stepping up and playing a really good, tall, physical team in Oakfield. A couple of 6-foot players and a 5'11 player in their starting lineup. And what does Addie go here? 5'5", the sophomore, and she hit a couple of huge threes. She was lights out on the defensive end for WLA, and I think Coach Rafnagel really liked what he got out of Addie Supernand on Tuesday night, and we'll see if she can continue it here in her first home game coming up here tonight against Manitowoc Lutheran. Last season, the Lancers playing out in the Big East North portion of the Big East Conference, which the entire Big East is a quality conference. North-South, I think the South's probably slightly better than the North is, but it doesn't really matter. All those teams out there, St. Mary Catholic is in the North. There's a lot of good teams, good quality opponents in the North. And Manitowoc Lutheran, the story of this season for them last year was they were carried by some freshmen. Most notably Marissa Melhorn as a freshman, 14.8 points per game, 9.5 boards per game. Ginevra Ernest is a junior. She's back. Her sophomore season was close to 9 points a game. Micaiah Krause was another freshman, 7.8 points per game. They had a lot of freshmen contribute, a lot of which we'll talk about. Lily Melhorn as well was a key contributor for them last year. So I think, you look at the 15-11 record, you look at the 52 points per game, and you say, man, WLA should be handed favorites here coming into their first home contest of this season. I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case for WLA. They know that Manitowoc Lutheran is going to be a quality opponent. They know they're going to have to play well in order to get out of here tonight with a win. WLA last season shared the Flyweight Conference title with Laconia. Laconia obviously goes on and wins the Division IV state championship in pretty convincing fashion. They didn't have many close games in the postseason, and they look only better this year. Their 2 wins this week are lights out. Take care of Oostburg, who's probably top, speaking of the Big East, taking out Oostburg, who's probably the top team in D3 this season. And then last night, how do you follow it up but a 15-point win over Appleton Xavier? Just an impressive week 1 for Coach Morgan and the kids over there at Laconia. But for WLA, they showed they could do it a season ago, knocking off Laconia. They lost to them in the playoffs, saw their season's end to them, but they're in a different sectional than Laconia this season. So something to think about as WLA moves through this season. Obviously, the first goal is to try to contend for a conference championship. I mentioned 62-58 win at Oakfield. 22 points from Lindsay Nell, 16 for Abby Cole. Cole added 13 rebounds. She's a walking double-double. You know that for the Vikings. And she wants to continue what was a very strong season a season ago in her junior campaign. So Nell, Cole, obviously the big 2 for WLA headed into this season, but a team that averaged 62.8 points per game a season ago, a 23-4 overall record, and wouldn't you know it, in the first game they notch up another 62 points. So there you go. The band is in the house tonight. We'll unmute the crowd mic and make sure we don't get taken down for copyright purposes. But we will send it over to the PA announcer, Mr. Chad Mookie, and he will get us rolling here with the national anthem and starters. Jordan King with you here on WLA TV. Glad to have you along. Thanks for joining us, and we'll get this thing tipped off in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Winnebago Lutheran Academy welcomes you to this evening's non-conference basketball game between the Manitowoc Lutheran Lancers and the Vikings of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Winnebago Lutheran Academy, Manitowoc Lutheran, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship and education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please stand, remove your hats, and join us in honoring America and those who protect it with the playing of our national anthem performed by the WLA Pep Band under the direction of Mrs. Abby Kirk. It's time to meet the starting lineups for this evening's game. First, for the Lancers, a sophomore, number 11, Micaiah Krause. A sophomore, number 12, Marissa Melhorn. A senior, number 14, Peyton Lipke. A sophomore, number 31, Abigail Benke. And a junior, number 42, Ginevra Ernest. The Lancers are coached by Michael Benke. And here are your WLA Vikings. A 6-foot senior, number 2, Lindsay Now. A 5'5" sophomore, number 11, Haley Wolf. A 5'7" junior, number 12, Anna Trewind. A 5'5" senior, number 13, Leah Tyson. And a 5'11" senior, number 22, Abby Cole. Vikings are coached by Aaron Strauss.
There you go. Those are the starting lineups for both of these teams. For Manitowoc Lutheran, like I mentioned there in the first hit, 3 sophomores, a junior, and a senior. Those sophomores, number 11, Micaiah Krause, number 12, Marissa Melhorn, and number 31, Abigail Banke. And then the junior is Ginevra Ernest, and number 14 is the senior, Peyton Libke. For the Vikings, Haley Wolf, the lone starting sophomore, Anna Trewind, the lone starting junior, and then 3 seniors. Vikes only have 4 of them, 3 of them start. Number 22, Abby Cole, number 13, Leah Tyson, and number 2, Lindsay Now. Just about ready to get things rolling here at WLA. Glad to have you along with us. Jordan King taking you through tonight. Tap won by the Vikings and Abby Cole, but it's out of bounds. It's going to go to Manitowoc Lutheran, and the arrow will go to the Vikings. So we got that situated, and we're ready to play. Change this year. I'm across the gym and away from the student section and away from the concession stand as well. So I don't got the popcorn right next to me now. That's a little disheartening. For quick, almost a turnover here for Manitowoc Lutheran. and the ball ends up being tied up. So very quickly after the tap, the Vikings are rewarded with possession on the tap. WLA never possessed it, so it should be WLA ball here. The tap was won by WLA, but there was no possession, so they get that situated after a quick conversation there between the three officials. Here's Abby Cole, near side with Lindsay Nell. Check that far side from where you're seeing. That's the other tricky part. I'm over here on the far side of the court. Here's Nell, drives to the right side of the paint, up with the right hand. No good, but she's fouled. First foul of the night for Micaiah Krause. And Lindsay Nell will head to the free throw line on a nice drive. Just getting going here in the first half, and Nell to the line. First free throw for Lindsay comes up well short. Weird for the Vikings fans, I'm sure, to see someone else in the number 2 jersey other than Kiara Shea, who 1,000-point scorer, one of the best all time to do it in a WLA girls basketball uniform. And this year, I think Lindsay Nell has more than earned the opportunity to wear that this season. This is Libke. Has it out to the Ermis and down to Melhorn. Thought she stepped out of bounds, and she traveled instead. So it goes back over to the Vikings. A couple of good defensive possessions for WLA so far, trying to make Manitowoc Lutheran earn it. It's kind of a 1-2-2 press look here, and Ermis able to save it off of Nell, but Nell keeps it in bounds. Cole gets it in the middle of the court, looks far side. That is Tyson over there, Leah Tyson. And the shot here is long from Anna Trewin. And on the rebound, Banky stepped out of bounds, so it stays with the Vikings. A couple of turnovers here early for Manitowoc Lutheran, one on the travel, and then that time stepping out of bounds from Banky. The sophomore not able to stay in after she boarded it. Inbound from Tyson, looks out to Haley Wolf. Wolf's got it here, dribbles on Ermis and kicks it out to Trewin as the Vikings reset. Left wing with Nell. Cutting through is Trewin, kicks it out, top of the key, 3 on the way. Abby Cole, she loves that shot, and she hit it. Abby Cole's got her first triple of the night and coming running. And the Vikings knew this is what the Manitowoc Lutheran wanted to do, and Peyton Libke beat everyone down the floor. The only senior on the Lancer roster scores their first points, 4-2. Nice ball movement from the Vikings. And Haley Wolf has her first points of her WLA varsity career. Didn't score the other night, but impacted the game in a variety of ways. That time gets her first bucket, and the Vikes back up to a 4-point lead. Wolf's going to pick up an early foul here, fouling Krause on the drive. Being underneath inbound for the Lancers with 16:21 to play in the first half. Both these teams, if they had their preference, they would get out and run quick shots. Not a ton of, the Vikings don't mind moving the ball, having to work some offense. Obviously, they had to against Oakfield. There's a loose pass, and that's going to sail out of bounds. No, save, but save straight to Anna Trewin. Trewin in the right place, right time. She had a dozen on Tuesday, and she scores her first early here. Vikings know they got to get back. Long pass, and it's overthrown from Ermis. Looking up ahead to Banky, went through her hands. Vikings force yet another turnover, 8-2 lead. And just talking to some of the Viking coaches, they knew that Manitowoc Lutheran wanted to run. And you can see it, the urgency from the Vikings to get back on defense. And you'll see Coach Schraffnagel here again as another Anna Trewin bucket goes down. And there you go, you get a timeout here from Manitowoc Lutheran and Coach Banky. But you see there the urgency. If you were looking at the WLA bench, just a 30-second timeout, we'll keep it right here. You could see that. WLA, as soon as that ball goes through the hoop, Coach Schwartz on the bench most notably jumps up onto his 2 feet, and he is screaming at the WLA players to get their heads around and get back. And they know they're going to have to do that to keep Manitowoc Lutheran off the board here as the Lancers want to run. And see if the Vikings can continue to have some success, because when they have gotten back and had good defensive positioning, they've forced Manitowoc Lutheran into some turnovers, 4 by my count so far. So about 2.5 minutes, or just under 2.5 minutes into this one, the Vikings already up to 10 points. Again, averaged 62 a year ago and got 62 on Tuesday as well. Nice block out by Cole. Allows Nell to collect the rebound, and Lindsay's running. Here's Trewin. She's already got 4. Good ball movement. Ends up with Cole. Wants another triple. You betcha. Abby Cole's got back-to-back threes. 2 for 2 on the night, and the lead's already ballooned into double figures for the Vikings. And they have not missed many shots yet. And another steal for the Vikings as they turn over Libke. Here goes Nell, far side on to Haley Wolf, who's got a couple of buckets too. Wolf runs the floor really well, and Coach Schroffnagel loves what he sees. 13-point lead for the Vikings. Trotting into the front court comes Krause, lobs it underneath to Ermis, and she's fouled on the block for Abby Cole. And Coach Schroffnagel puts both fingers up. He says that's fine defense. She was 2 hands straight in the air, and he did. I think he was just telling Cole that was a good job on the defensive side of things. And the refs did not get the appropriate girls in the right slots. They're going to let that count as Ermis able to sink the first free throw. That was a better looking offensive possession that time from the Lancers to look underneath, and a better pass. And Ermis, it's a good looking free throw stroke, and she hits both of them. So it's 15-4 here early on. Anna Trewin looking for Cole. Tough pass, and this is picked off. And Leah Tyson's going to try to earn WLA another possession. Instead, it's tied up, so back to the Lancers. But a good job there from Tyson to reach in and at least earn a tie-up for WLA. As Krause walks it into the front court. Far side, this is Melhorn. She has yet to get going here tonight. Nice spin move working on Nell, and she scores. Marissa Melhorn averages about 15 per game going back to a season ago. Here's Haley Wolf. Gets down to Trewin. Skip pass out to the right wing. 3 on the way for Nell. No good. Strong on that one. Tipped out of bounds. Stays with the Vikings. Good fight underneath by Anna Trewin to earn another possession for the Vikes, whose lead sits at 9, 15-6. Cole goes off a double screen. Following her is Haley Wolf. Wolf catches on the left wing. Top of the key to Nell. Now shifted back to Trewin, Nell, and Cole. Cole wants a third 3, and she's got it. Abby Cole is up to 9 points. She's got half of them for the Vikings, and she is on fire behind the three-point line. Looking like her shoes, the orange shoes, she is on fire. And has half the points for the Vikings. Another steal for WLA, and just a little awkward there on the catch for Lindsay Nell. And the Vikings turn it over the first time of the night for them. Evelyn Davies, Jenna Petrowitz, and Addie Supernand join the fray for the Vikings. Yeah, as all 3 of them played impactful roles on Tuesday as well. The Vikings went about 10 deep on Tuesday, and we'll see. I thought a lot of contributors in that group. I thought all 10 of them. Here's Krause 3, well strong. Lindsay Nell trying to chase down the rebound. It's secured on the near side, by Melhorn, and the skip pass over to Kiss, who's into the game. Trisha Kiss underneath the basket. That foul is on the floor. Micaiah Krause with the nice cut. But I think Coach Schroffnagel is going to have a difficult time trying to figure out who his top 8 are for a really close game. You think of games against Springs and Laconia perhaps in the Flyway Conference slate, and when those tight games come and at the varsity level your bench shrinks down to 3, maybe 4 players, who are they going to be for Coach Schroffnagel? And Supernand, easy turnover here. Got to use the ball fake and bounce it. She didn't that time and got herself into trouble. Now trapped in the backcourt. This time finds Petrowitz up ahead. Jenna Petrowitz drives on the right side and finishes. Nice take, Jenna Petrowitz. Her first points here this evening, and the Vikings lead back out to 12. They hit the 20-point mark just less than 5 minutes into this game. Good offensive start for the Vikings. The rebound here was long to Supernand. Addie into the front court on the near side. Bounces top of the key. Certainly not a fourth one, no. For Abby Cole, she thought about it. Driving the lane now is Nell on the floater. She loves that shot. You bet. Lindsay Nell's got 3. Second timeout for Manitowoc Lutheran as the lead balloons to 14, 22-8. Another 30-second timeout. And both of these teams want to play quickly. And my goodness, it has been a furious, frantic pace here early on, that's for sure. Quick scoring update: 9 for Abby Cole, 4 for Anna Trewin, 4 for Haley Wolf, 3 for Lindsay Nell, and a couple for Jenna Petrowitz. Over for Manitowoc Lutheran, 4 for Ginevra Ermis. I'm going to say that all night, aren't I? 2 for both Peyton Libke and Marissa Melhorn, and that is the scoring so far for the Lancers. So Manitowoc Lutheran trying to regain a little foothold here in terms of the momentum of the contest, and right now finding it difficult. It's going to be Krause into the front court once again to initiate things. Finds Ermis. Looking for Kiss. Now drives the lane up with the right hand on the right side. That's a smooth move from Ginevra Ermis. And she averaged 9 points per game, second leading scorer a season ago, and she's already up to 6 here tonight. Here goes Addie Supernan. Careful there on the baseline and stepped out of bounds. Did Addie Supernan. So a couple of turnovers for Addie here tonight, but tell you what, she was so composed in her first varsity start, asked to bring the ball up, handle the ball against a really tough Oakfield team that pressured and was physical and big. Here is Lindsay Nell into the front court, got it from Cole up the left side, and the finish is strong from Lindsay Nell. Well done, Lindsay Nell. And running back the other way are the Lancers, tipped away by Nell. She's running the whole court as well. But getting back to Supernand, just really impressed with everything the Vikings asked her to do against a really good opponent. Again, sectional finalists from a season ago, albeit in D5. And I thought Supernand acquitted herself very well, as did Wolf. Both 5'5" sophomores. Here's a nice inbounds pass, and Krause gets her first points of the night, as the Lancers are up to a dozen. Still trail by 12, though. That's tapped last off the Lancers, stays with the Vikings. Good job by Krause, who thought she was held back by Cole. I think she might have been there, but no whistle. Inbound straight to Nell. Nell on this left wing, lobs it to Cole. Oh, she had a quick skip pass to Evelyn Davies. Instead went far side to Addie Supernand. Here's Supernand. Tipped away. Nice play once again. Down the lane, right hand. And a finish. That time from Marin Dwayne. And that was off the bench and into the score sheet for the Lancers there. And she's got another steal. 2 steals for Dwayne. And she gets it straight up ahead. Oh, that's an offensive foul. Yeah, good call there, as the head just got lowered from Addison Corti, lowered her shoulder and plowed over Addie Supernand. I don't think Coach Banke likes that, but you don't necessarily have to be set if the offensive player doesn't really make an effort to, play under control there. Well out of control was Corti. Here's a nice offensive rebound from Jenna Petritz off the miss from Cole. Bounces back out to Supernand. She hit one from there on Tuesday. Got this one as well. Addie Supernand had 8 on Tuesday, and she's got her first 3 of the night here off of the right wing. And drive from Krause, and another foul on the Vikings. And I think the Vikings are starting to get a little irritated on these out-of-control drives, picking up fouls. And Nell picks up her first, but I think Coach Schroffnagel's going to, just recognizing what's going on here, he's going to take Nell out, just preserve her for the time being. Inbound underneath from Melhorn. Lobs it in, tapped out by Evelyn Davies. Nice job by Evelyn Davies, the junior for the Vikings. 5'7" junior. Got some action last season, but playing time was few and far between when you are backing up Kira Shea, that's for sure. Here's Melhorn, gets it straight back, held by Evelyn Davies, and probably not a bad foul, but the foul's starting to add up for the Vikings. Here in the first half, they have 5 compared to just 2 for the Lancers. 10:59 to play early on here. The Vikings all over Manitowoc Lutheran. I mean, they're gonna flirt with triple digits here if this stays at this scoring pace. That's for sure. Here's Krause coming over here to the near side with Banke. Lobs it down underneath. A couple of Vikings got their hands on it. Who's it last off of? Melhorn, and it goes back to the Vikings. And Coach Schroffnagel is saying we got to secure the rebounds, 2 hands, get the elbows out, protect yourself. Vikings not able to do that this time. Here's Cole, bounces to Supernand, back into Cole, looks up ahead. I think it was tipped, but it was last touched by McKenna Conkey. I don't think she realized that was touched by a Lancer. And it's going to go back over to Manitowoc Lutheran. We'll see. Coach Schroffnagel has 2 guards with Davies and Supernand, and then Cole can bring up the ball, but right now the Vikings certainly struggling against some of the pressure that Manitowoc Lutheran is throwing at them. Krause on the drive, kicks to Melhorn, looks to the near side. That is Kiss, excuse me. Coming out here to the far side now, and lobbing it over is Krause. She's now got it on the right wing. Skip pass to the left wing. Ginevra Ermis thought about it, and she tipped it out of bounds back to the Vikings. At some point, I'll get it right. One time, maybe tonight, I'll get Ginevra Ermis right, maybe. I apologize. Vikings send in the starting lineup back in minus Abby Cole and plus McKenna Conkey, and just as soon as she gets back into the game, Haley Wolf turns it over, dragged the pivot foot. Vikings still lead it by 13 here. They'll probably tell you they could do slightly better on the defensive side of the floor. That's a high praise, though, and Nell picks up her second as she brought the arm down just slightly, did Nell, and picks up the foul. 6 fouls for the Vikings. And number 2 on Nell, so Nell's going to have to take a seat. And Coach Schaffnagel was just asking, did she bring her arms down or did she hit her arm? And they're saying they brought the arm down, did Nell. So Cole comes back in. Just 2 fouls for the Lancers compared to the 6 of the Vikings. Nell, you know, the benefit of my new positioning over here on the far side as you're looking at it is I'm kind of right behind the bench. I can kind of see things and maybe try to glean some things. 0 for 2 from the line there. That time from Corti. But Nell did not think she fouled her there. It was a close call, one that probably could have gone either way. Here's Trewen. She gets it stripped. Out ahead. Down the lane. Oh, it's Haley Wolf getting a hand on it. And she took that one away from Aver Vandermoos. Here's Abby Cole. Spins down the lane. She goes up with the left hand. No whistle. And that was out of control from Cole. No. Did not deserve a whistle there. And on the near side, Haley Wolf, good hands again. It's a good take from Abby Cole. But Manitowoc Lutheran sent 4 girls to the basketball. Banky back into the game, and she catches and hits. Abigail Banky. And the lead for the Vikings down to 11 points. Another tipped pass in the backcourt for Manitowoc Lutheran. Cole's going to break the press herself. Jump stops, looks for Leah Tyson. Tyson down the left side, up with the right hand, no good. Rebound offensively, thrown back from Banky. And that's why they say don't save it underneath your own hoop, but the Vikes don't make them pay as Leah Tyson can't get it to go. Here's Melhorn on the drive. The Vikings get back. Melhorn pushes off, and it's a foul on the Vikings. So 7 fouls in the first half of this half, and it's already bonus time. My goodness. It's going to be a long game if shooting free throws like this. First free throw for Melhorn goes down. And she'll have another. Big foul discrepancy up on the scoreboard right now. And the second one from Melhorn is good as well. So the lead under 10 points here, and the Vikings just got to calm down. There's another foul by Manitowoc Lutheran, no call in the backcourt. Vikings just got to keep their heads here. Manitowoc Lutheran playing very physical, and the refs allowing them to do so. And the Vikings are they've been taken out of their offense here a little bit, taken out of their game. Here's another bad pass. Skip pass for Tyson, and it's picked off, taken away. Here's Vandermoos up ahead. Ermis, and she's fouled by Abby Cole. And another ticky-tack one on this side sends Manitowoc Lutheran back to the free throw line. That's 2 on Cole, so the Vikings are going to have everyone foul out of the game at this point, at this rate. They may score 100 points, but they're not going to have anyone to finish it. Cole's not going to come out of the game as Nell's just going to check back in, and Coach Schaffnagel is going to ride out with his 2 leading scorers. Ermis hits both. Both his leading scorers have 2 fouls, so a little bit of a risk here from Coach Schaffnagel. That's tipped around. Here's Cole. She turns, looks down to Conkey. McKenna Conkey lobs one. Dangerous pass taken in by Lindsay Nell. Nell lobs one over to Haley Wolf. Wolf with a couple of jab steps. Another dangerous pass by the Vikings. They are living on the edge. Here is Nell. Can't get it to go, but she'll go to the free throw line. At long last, foul number 3. Manitowoc Lutheran went nearly 9 minutes without committing a foul there. And 8:25 to go here in the first half. 7-point lead for the Vikings. It was as many early in this one as 15 points. But has dwindled as this half rolls on. Second free throw for Nell is up and good. The Vikes were in control, and here you go. Manitowoc Lutheran wants to run, and once again gets past the Vikings' last player, and really kind of inexcusable there coming off of a free throw where you get 2 girls that get to stand back there, and the Vikings still got beat deep that time. And nice positioning once again by Banky. Offensive rebound, can't get it to go. The Vikings, Coach Schaffnagel believed they boxed out well enough. Another miss there from Manitowoc Lutheran, and Coach Schaffnagel's got to be a little bit careful here. Cole, top of the key, she wants another 3, missed it short. Offensive rebound, Nell. Nell lobs it over and tipped away. Nice play by Banky. Here come the Lancers. This is Melhorn, and she just shuffled the pivot feet, turned it back over to the Vikings. Coach Schaffnagel is going to take a timeout here. We're going to take the timeout with him. It's full. Back with more. Stay with us here on WLA TV. There's the first horn. WLA going to have the ball here. Usually Coach Schaffnagel takes timeouts. He loves taking them before a defensive possession, but this time before the WLA Vikings able to get back on offense with a chance to make this double figures again, able to get Addie Supernam back in as well as Jenna Petrowitz, Lacey Keifenheim out on the floor as well. Here's Petrowitz down in the corner, trapped there. Nell's got it now. Oh, Miss Cole in the corner. Instead comes to Addie Supernam. Addie's got it down the left side. Kicks it back out, top of the key to Nell. Nice cut by Petrowitz. She's found by Nell. Lots of contact, no whistle. Oh, man. Falling asleep underneath there. And I'm not talking about the Vikings. Vikings, Coach Schaffnagel just let his opinion be known yet again as Petrowitz got hammered on the take. Lacey Keifenheim, top of the key. And that time, that one looked like a block, and this time it is a foul. You take what you can get sometimes. As Keifenheim heads to the free throw line. First free throw up and good for Lacey. Second free throw for Keifenheim, no good. Abby Cole trying to secure a offensive rebound, gets it. Underneath, looks for Supernan, top of the key. Here's Addie, one-handed bounce pass taken away. Another turnover for the Vikings. Krause out in transition. Step through, no good. Rebound on the near side is Cole. Abby Cole taking it down the left side of the lane. And, offensive foul. That's the third on Cole, and I think that was one of those you've been talking to me too much calls right there. And they're saying Abby Cole extended the arm. I'll let you rewind to see that was not the case. And 9 fouls on the Vikings in about 10 minutes of play. Figure that one out. They had 12 fouls on Tuesday all game. This is not a team that fouls at all, quite frankly. Does a good job to avoid that. They work extremely hard on the defensive side of the floor. Here's Lacey Keifenheim. That's all I'll say about it. I'll quit bemoaning the point. You understand it. You see it happening. So there's Lindsay Nell, and she'll get a call underneath. Heads to the free throw line as the temperature continues to rise. The Viking fans are not happy. Neither coach is very happy right now. And Manitowoc Lutheran can at least take solace in the fact that their second leading scorer, someone who averages 16 points and 13 rebounds per game, is not sitting on the floor or sitting out of the game. And that's, I do my best not to belabor these points, but at the end of the day, you didn't pay admission to hear whistles, and you didn't pay admission to watch the best players sit on the bench. And unfortunately, that's what we are left with here. 6.5 minutes. The Vikings still lead it by 7. Supernan tips it away. Here's Krause. Lobs it in. Ermis. Shot fake once. Now drives on the right side. Good look out here to Corti. Lob pass just a little over the head of Ermis. And here goes Haley Wolf. Wolf down the right side of the paint. And last off of Wolf, going back the other way. Another turnover for the Vikings. Wolf, loved the aggressiveness there, and she just had that one poked away, and it went back off her own knee. 6 minutes and 10 seconds left in this first half. Keifenheim still in there. The Vikes, extremely small lineup here. You'd probably say, well, probably Petrowitz at the 5 for the Vikings. It doesn't really matter for them. They kind of play things in a flowing motion. And the Vikes able to earn back the possession here as it's tipped out last touch by Libke. Banky comes back in. She's going to replace Cordy. And I'll tell you what, the Vikings have really struggled. I give a lot of credit here to Ginevra Ermis. She is tough to handle at the top of this zone for the Lancers, especially when they're pressing. It's just really difficult. And her length is incredibly disruptive, is the junior. Here's Supernan with the shot fake. Another bounce pass is, again, Ermis into a passing lane, has the steal, and the quick double dribble there from Trisha Kiss, who, again, she had it, and she just had it slip out of her hand. And it was just an awkward situation for her, and ended up with the double dribble. And Coach Schraffnagel once again just emphasizing that time. He's done it now in the last couple of minutes to both Haley Wolf, there's a bounce pass, and to Addie Supernan. Hey, you just gotta remember, shot fake or use your ball fake and then bounce pass the ball. Don't lob it straight up in the air or try to throw it over the hands of these tall players. Here's Manitowoc Lutheran between the circles. Coach Schraffnagel was mad about something. I didn't see anything there. If anything, it was a double dribble that they missed. And they're going to get an offensive foul underneath. They're going to say a hook from Addison Corti. And now the whistle's coming fast and furious. 16 fouls for the Lancers. Wolf trapped. Gets it to Lindsay Nell. We'll see. I don't think we'll see Abby Cole here, but the Vikings can't break the press without her. Here's Ermis. She scores again. Ermis up to 10 points. She is the first player for either team in double figures. Lindsay Nell, baseball pass. Supernan has it batted away. Nell trying to find Addie Supernan, and it was Melhorn to bat it away. 29-24 as the Vikings have ground to a halt here offensively. There was a point in this game where they had, I believe it was 26 points, might have been 25 points right on the head, and there was more than 10 minutes left in this half. And a foul underneath is going to keep it with the Vikings. As Nell gets fouled, it was number 11, Micaiah Krause. And Krause, her second. And Lindsay Nell, who was really good from the free throw line down the stretch last season, she is just 2 for 6 here tonight to start things out. But her fourth trip starts off with a make. Second free throw crawls over the front edge for Lindsay Nell. She's got 8 points for the Vikings. Oh, the Vikes not paying attention, and there's Ermis underneath. She's got a dozen. And a kick from Ermis. And Banky back into the game. That was interesting. I just saw Nell tell Haley Wolf, dribble it up the court. I don't know if that's the correct advice necessarily, because she's trying to get the ball back to Nell. I think that's the play. Get the ball back to Nell and let Nell, who sees the floor a little bit better because she's taller. Here's good ball movement, ends up with Anna Trewin. Trewin can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, good follow by Petrowicz. She can't get it to go. A little bit strong, and the outlet pass is cleared. Here comes Manitowoc Lutheran. The Lancers turn, spin, kick it, and it is short, and a travel underneath is whistled as Abigail Banky caught it with her knees on the ground and was halfway up when she tried to pass that basketball. Here's Lindsay Nell up ahead to Trewin. Trewin, ill-advised pass, and passes it straight to the Lancers. This time it's Ermis, drives the lane, kicks it back out. Shot fake there from Libke. Down to Ermis. 3 on the way, no good. And, I thought she had her offensive rebound, but Jenna Petrowicz able to secure it for the Vikings. Petrowicz into the front court, finds Nell. Nell down the lane, shimmies, and she can't get it to go. Offensive rebound tipped out, and the Vikings can't get there. Nell's got to be careful. She's already got 2 fouls. Don't need to foul Melhorn here. She blocks her from behind, and a foul will send Haley Wolf to the free throw line. The Vikings, you can see they are visibly frustrated from the pressure that the Lancers are putting on them here.
Haley Wolf into the Lancers, number 24, Ava Vandermoot.
I will say this, the Manitowoc Lutheran has gone much deeper on the bench. I believe they have gone 11 or 12 deep already. And that balance of the 8 fouls that they have versus the 9 that the Vikings have has certainly been a key point here, as we haven't seen Abby Cole for quite a while for the Vikings, and certainly won't see her for the rest of this half. 32-26. Only way would be a last chance offensive possession for WLA where there's no chance they give the ball back to Manitowoc Lutheran. Here is Jenna Petrowicz and Leah Tyson combining to bat that one away. The Vikings lead by 7. Lindsay Nell doesn't know who she's supposed to be guarding. That, I believe, might have been it. But Banky not able to get it to go. Rebound down to Petrowicz. Up ahead to Haley Wolf. What a play by the sophomore. Jenna Petrowicz getting it up to the other sophomore, Haley Wolf, and Wolf finished at the rim. Haley's got 8 points for the Vikings. Here's a 3-ball, no good. Rebound fought for and out of bounds underneath. Back to the Vikings. They're getting a little bit of momentum back here as the half draws towards a close. 2 minutes and 58 seconds left in this half. Haley Wolf, I love that. A little confidence here for Haley Wolf. Bounces back out here to Lindsay Nell, tapped away, trying to find Anna Trewin, and it'll be a awkward inbound here for the Vikings in a corner. Leah Tyson. Nell trying to come off a couple of screens. Instead, it's Jenna Petrowicz. Petrowicz has it taken away. It's Ermis once again. Ermis lobs up ahead to Melhorn. Melhorn across the paint. Vandermeuse, and she gets fouled. Good running of the floor there from Ava Vandermoos. And Anna Trewin picks up a foul for the Vikings, just the first for Anna. And Vandermoos has yet to score tonight. The Lancers so far are 6 for 8 from the free throw line. Missed that one, did the sophomore Vandermoos. Second free throw, misses as well. Good block out from Nell, but she almost did not secure the rebound. Leah Tyson did. Nell, another pass batted away here from the Lancers, and a push. And we'll send Lindsay Nell to the free throw line. I will say this. The referees have taken a lot from both fan bases and from both coaches thus far here tonight. It's 1-1 for Nell. It should be the 9th team foul, I believe. I believe that should be the 9th team foul. Well, they only have 8 team fouls up on the scoreboard. I believe there should be 9 though. We'll check that. See if that should be 9 team fouls. It is. Nell's first free throw goes in. Doesn't matter. She earned the second anyway. So, yeah, and here's Coach Schaffnagel. This is good coaching here. After the Vikings have gotten beat deep on a couple of after free throws, they've gotten beat deep, and you got to have someone back, and that time he had Leah Tyson back. So a good job there coaching from Schaffnagel. And that's tipped out from Anna Trewin to deny the entry pass down there to Melhorn. Vikes have done a nice job on Marissa Melhorn tonight. She averaged 14.8 points per game a season ago, and she's only got 6 thus far. And Trewin's going to kick this one as Ermis was looking once again for Melhorn. They just run a 2-man game underneath with Melhorn trying to get position on one side, and then on the other side it's Banky trying to get possession. Here goes Melhorn. Turns, and the fadeaway, no good. Offensive rebound, Banky. Bounces back out there to Libke. Top of the key reset with Krause. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Skip pass. Ermis, 3, looks good, just a little bit short. Offensive rebound, Melhorn. She's got it, and 1 plus the foul. She did a nice job blocking out Jenna Petrowitz, got the board, and then Petrowitz, when she was behind her, at that point, you just got to kind of let her score. Petrowitz hacked her from behind, and now she will head back to the free throw line where she is 2 for 2. This free throw looks deep and banks in. Wow. That was some fortuitous bounce there from the charity stripe. And Coach Schaffnagel is going to take a timeout here. 30 seconds with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left in the half as Manitowoc Lutheran goes on a little bit of a run to tighten this thing back up to 8 points. The Vikings have never trailed here tonight, but this felt much differently. Early on, it was always this has always been a chaotic game. But the Vikings jumped out to a 15-point lead. The Vikings also had 9 team fouls called against them in the first 9 minutes of this game. And in that, have Abby Cole sitting on the bench with 3 fouls here in the first half. Won't see her for the last couple of minutes of this. And she'll be reintroduced in the second half with the expectation that the veteran will be able to play without fouling. But that's a tough ask for Abby Cole because she's involved in every rebound underneath, both offensively and defensively. Here goes Lindsay Nell. Nice down the paint up with the right hand, and she finished. Lindsay Nell is the queen of the ball at the hip and still being able to finish it over the shoulder. It was a great finish there. And the rebound here is long. A couple of Vikings on the floor, thrown out of bounds, goes back to WLA. $1:41 to go here. WLA leads it by 10. 12 points now for Lindsay Nell. She's the only Viking in double figures. Haley Wolf has 8, 9 for Abby Cole. Three early threes for Abby before she had to sit down with foul trouble. Here is Leah Tyson. Tyson, top of the key. Nell starting to heat up. This one misses badly off to the left. Didn't hit anything and goes out to Manti Lou. So Krause will walk it into the front court, and the Vikings are in a 1-3-1. Coach Schroffnagel took that timeout, so a lot of times he likes to hop into this for a couple of minutes per game, and he's going to do it right now. So the 1-3-1 for the Vikings. Here's Krause looking to the far side with Dwayne. Back out here to, that was Banky. Just want to make sure that was Banky, not Cordy. And it ended up being tipped out of bounds. Excuse me. That was not my finest hour. Here's Haley Wolf. Bounces back to Nell. Almost picked off there by Melhorn, but the Vikings able to break the press in. Now a travel from Leah Tyson. The Vikings, man, just take a jump stop. Just get jump stop and compose your momentum. Vikings having some troubles with that as they have turned the ball over more than they usually do in a game and just in this first half. Dwayne looking underneath to Melhorn. Good battle under there with Anna Trewin. Here's a three from Krause. No good. Long rebound. Krause tracks it down on the near side sideline. Dwayne once again. And good defense this time from Leah Tyson. Now trapped with Wolf. On the sideline, here goes Krause. Baseline, dribbled it out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. She was out of bounds, and it's good. Melhorn scores it. Oh, boy. 25 seconds left in the half. That is not an opinion call right there. And here is Hannah Trewin. She's going to head to the free throw line. She was hammered by Melhorn. Well, you can't dribble the ball on the blue part of the gymnasium floor. I do know that. I don't know all the rules, but I know you can't dribble it on the blue part of the blue portion under the baseline. I know that. Here's Anna Trewin to the free throw line. Good-looking free throw goes down for Anna. She had 4 early ones. That's just her 5th point. And Lindsay Nell is going to come off the floor to avoid potentially having your top 2 players have 3 fouls heading into the second half of action. And despite her 12-point outburst here in the first half, Nell is not happy, you can tell. Here's Krause. Gets it to the near side with Melhorn. Back out top of the key, Krause. Looks like the Lancers want to get one opportunity here. Don't want to give the Vikings the ball back. Melhorn trying to get position underneath. Able to do so. Spins once. Now trying to kick it back out. And it's tied up. And it's going to go back over to the Vikings. That's kind of unfortunate for WLA. And Coach Schroffnagel trying to get Abby and Lindsay back into the game. Abby Cole and Lindsay Nell. He's able to do so with 0.6 seconds left. We'll see what the strategy is here. If they actually got a play lined up here. They gotta see if they got an actual play lined up or if they're just trying to. Well, I think if you're the Manitowoc Lutheran can't score here. There's only 0.6 seconds left, so they're not going to tip the ball away to Nell. Here's Nell, and she had to catch it cleanly. She did not, and that's going to be halftime. 40-31 here at half. We will add up some halftime statistics, come back, and give those to you here. You're watching WLA girls basketball on WLA TV. Stay with us. Back here at halftime, just want to give you some halftime statistics and update from that front, starting with Manitowoc Lutheran. Lancers trailing here by 9 at halftime. Micaiah Krause, Peyton Libke, Marin Dwayne, and Abigail Banky all with 2 points. It's been the two-headed monster for Manitowoc Lutheran. 11 points for Marissa Melhorn and 12 for Ginevra Ermis there in that first half. For the Vikings, 1 point for Lacey Keifenheim, 2 for Janet Petrowitz, 3 from Addie Supernan, hit a 3 on that right wing. Anna Trewin had 5, 8 for Haley Wolf, 9 for Abby Cole, and a dozen for Lindsay Nell. So there you go. Tied for the game high, Lindsay Nell and Ginevra Ermis going back and forth. Away we go. Halftime. We'll be back with more. Stay with us. Back here, WLA TV, glad to have you along. Jordan King with you this evening. Boys basketball starts tomorrow with a scrimmage. Vikings have high hopes for that team as well. Return pretty much, well, return a lot of their production. Noah Walta is the one, obviously one of the players that comes to mind. Here's a quick steal for the Vikings. Haley Wolf overran it. And here is Lindsay Nell stealing the rebound, and Abby Cole's got it now. She gets good positioning underneath, and Ermis falls over, and no whistle that time. That was more of an offensive foul than they called in the first half. But the Vikings had a chance there and did not take it. This three from Ermis is off to the left. Cole gets the outlet pass from Tyson, and here come the Vikings. Over to the near side with Anna Trewin, driving the lane, knifing through. Trewin gets knocked away, gets it back in. Anna Trewin finishes. She had 5 in the first half, and she's the first Viking to score here in the second. And the lead's back into double figures for WLA. They started that first half on fire, did WLA, and then kind of let it slip away. Cole goes straight up and down. She's not even going to fight for a rebound, and that's the unfortunate part of having 3 fouls. Abigail Banky scores on nobody there, as Cole was pretty much handcuffed. Here goes Haley Wolf. Bounce pass and a good read from Banky into the passing lane, and Leah Tyson just kicked that. Thought she was playing soccer there, turning around. She's one of the goal scorers for the soccer team. Does a great job for us, I'll say, because I help coach the girls' soccer team, so I can say us for that. Here's a rebound for Abby Cole. Cole into the front court. Got to be careful. Almost traveled. And the skip pass here to Leah Tyson. Bounce pass, dangerous one, and a foul from Ermis. She was just a step late. Anna Trewin did a nice job coming to the basketball, and Ermis picked up a first foul here of the second half for either team. It's her second of the night. And for Ermis, who plays at the top of the zone like we mentioned, for her to only have 2 fouls, she's doing a really nice job of playing good defense without fouling. Here's a triple for Abby Cole, and not able to get it to go. She wasn't in rhythm there. Banky gets the rebound, shuffles it around, ends up with Libke here on the left wing, looking down underneath and able to find Melhorn, and a offensive foul. And Anna Trewin hit the deck hard. We'll see if Anna's okay. She's grabbing the back of her head. I think she hit her head after. She should have to come out of the game with our concerns about concussions. Yeah, the refs are going to send her out. I think that's a good decision there. Make sure she gets checked out with the athletic trainer for the Vikings. Looked like she hit the back of her head. She's kind of holding the side of her head. So get her checked out, just precautionary. She looks okay. I think she says she's fine, but look, you got to save the athletes from themselves nowadays, right? That's certainly got to be the case. Here is Leah Tyson, and Tyson hits the jumper. She could not get anything to go on Tuesday against Oakfield, and she's going to be a big factor for the Vikings if they're able to have some success this season in the flyway. No doubt about that. Banky has it tipped away by Wolf. Now it's over here to Libke, guarded strongly by Tyson. Top of the key between the circles. Libke, I think the Vikings are going to stay in this 1-3-1 zone. It certainly looks like that right now. We'll see if that's the case as we move through this half. Here is Lindsay Nell. Crosses over, middle of the paint, left hand, right hand, count it, and the foul. I don't know my directions, but I know that that's 2 points for Lindsay Nell on the right side. Excuse me. 15:20 to go in the ball game. The Viking lead is swelled back up to 13 points. Coach Schaffnagel again just emphasizing to his guards. Jump stop, bounce pass. Make sure you do the fundamentals well, as the Vikings have had some turnovers here tonight. 46-33, Lindsay now gets it to go. So she is up to 15 points here on the night and is the top scorer on the floor right now. Down to the corner, Libke eyeing up a 3 here. This misses off the side of the backboard. Lindsay Nell on the floor. A couple of Lancers on the floor. Tipped out. Who off last? It was off of Haley Wolf. Stays with Manitowoc Lutheran. That is great hustle. That time from Briley. I think it was Briley's. No, it was, 23, Ava Vandermoos. Excuse me. She went sprawling on the floor to keep that alive for Manitowoc Lutheran. That was an awesome play by her. A couple of players tip this one around, and it ends up on the sideline. Krause keeps it in. Here's a three. Melhorn, no good. Offensive rebound. Vandermoos, she can't get it to go, and a nice strong rebound on the far side from Lindsay Nell. Looking over near side, Haley Wolf. Trailing is Abby Cole. Shot fake there. Top of the key. Looks underneath to a flashing Lindsay Nell. Evelyn Davies has it down to the corner. Good ball movement, ends up with Wolf. And Wolf traveled. Before she got it on, just a little bit too excited there was Haley Wolf. And she turns it over. Still a 14-point lead for the Vikings. 14:42 to go in this game. The Vikings are a good offensive team, but 47 at this juncture of the game, that's good for even them, that's for sure. Nice strong rebound on the far side from Abby Cole. Cole crosses once, looks to Leah Tyson on the near side, doesn't pull the trigger, instead spins back over to the left side with Nell. Into Cole. Cole rips through. It was tied up. No, a foul underneath. That certainly looked like a tie-up, and a jump ball would have given it back to the Vikings, but instead it is a foul, and I think they said she was shooting. No, she's on the floor. Okay, so they're saying the foul came before the tie-up. That's what that means. Not sure well, anyways, I've had my opinions all night, so I think Manitowoc Lutheran maybe that time was a little hard done by. Here is Libke. Looks underneath. Good entry pass down there. Offensive rebound. Melhorn once again. And she has killed the Vikings on the glass, has Marissa Melhorn. She's up to 13 points. Here's Lindsay Nell. Skip pass up ahead here to Leah Tyson. Leah stops, pops from about 15. Hit it! Big shot from Leah Tyson. Vikings need that from her. Just keep the defense honest. And no one was guarding her. Leah took the shot. I think some would maybe say that was a little ill-advised with how, the Vikings weren't set up in their offense, but still able to get that to go. And here's a foul on Manitowoc Lutheran, their 5th team foul. The Vikes haven't been called for one yet this half. And Addison Corti picks up her foul. And into the game is Trisha Kiss. She'll replace Libke. That's the 3rd foul on Corti. Lindsay Nell back to Haley Wolf. Goes through her hands. And Wolf's in a little bit of trouble here. Crosses once, crosses twice. Into the front court, bounces up here to Leah Tyson. Tyson back to Wolf. Here's an 18-footer. This comes up short. Tipped around, and a foul on Leah Tyson. That's an unnecessary one from the Vikings to give away, but Tyson able to do so. Good job that time rebounding from the Lancers to force Tyson into the foul. 13:13 to go. Getting a little lagging on the video portion of the stream. I apologize for that. During the next timeout, I'm going to try to reset the camera, so you may see it go blank for a minute or two. And one, count it, and the foul. That's Trisha Kiss, her first of the evening, her first points of the evening, and she's going to have a chance to make it a 3-point play. 7 for 11 from the free throw line, and now 8 of 12 are the Manitowoc Lutheran Lancers. Both of these teams 1-0, looking for their second wins on the season. Yeah, you know how that works. If they're 1-0, they're looking for the second. Yeah, got it. Here is Haley Wolf. Wolf looks to the far side back to Nell. Now takes it up the near sideline, and she's caught with the trap. That was kicked, and no whistle. And a travel from Vandermoos. Well, I'm not sure if we got there on the proper means, but it looked like Vandermoos kicked that before it got turned over, and then she traveled to give the ball back to the Vikings. Here's Vandermoos trying to guard Addie Supernan. Supernan gets past her. Anna Tree back into the game. That's good to see for the Vikings. Skip pass back out top of the key to Addie Supernan. Ends up on the left wing with Nell. Right wing Supernan. Down to the right corner with Evelyn Davies. Dangerous pass, and the Vikings still not using their ball fakes effectively on the passes. Here goes Nell through some contact, and that was a good job that time. I think it was Krause who was able to get her hand on the basketball and affect that shot from Lindsay Nell. Between the circles, here's Corti. Kicks it out, gets it back, and ball goes through her hands. Evelyn Davies has herself a steal. Addie Supernan's up ahead running. Gets the ball from Lindsay Nell. And Addie double dribbled. It was a really awkward catch for Addie. She turned the one way. It was, kind of like when a wide receiver turns the way they think the ball is going to come, and they see it over the other shoulder, and when they turn back, it's a little bit late. And that was the case with Addie Supernan there. When she turned back just a little bit late, and she needed an extra dribble to get it done, and had the double dribble there. I don't know if that made any sense in the world, but I hope it did. 11:56 to play, and Lindsay Nell into a passing lane. She can't complete the steal. Somehow it ends up with Addison Corty, and Corty has her first bucket of the night. Yeah, it's her first. 49-40. It's a full timeout for Manitowoc Lutheran. We're going to take it with them. Let's see if we can get this buffering situated for you. Stay with us on WLATV. So we'll see what that does for us here for the video portion of the stream. Looks like maybe the early return on investment is good. We'll see. The Lancers have done a nice job here. Have cut it back down to single digits. And they're going to stay. Now they're going to show a 1-3-1. So it's an extended 1-3-1 here for Manitowoc Lutheran. Skip pass, all the diagonals work if you can get them. Here's Anna Trewin. Can't get it to go. That was a tough shot from Anna Trewin, and she's going to pick up a foul afterwards as the Vikings' third personal foul here of the half. Oh, Evelyn Davies, check that, just her second. It's actually probably a good thing for the Vikings that they whistled that on Evelyn Davies. The Vikings had the idea there, though, diagonals. If you can get them and you can make crisp passes, that might be the recipe for success, especially when they extend that 1-3-1 zone. It's just getting it through the length of Manitowoc Lutheran. Krause throws this one over the head of Ermis and gives the ball right back to WLA. And Jenna Petrowitz, is going to check back in. Evelyn Davies takes a seat. Addie Supernan comes and gets the basketball. Still, now they might be back out of the 1-3-1. Not totally sure. That was a little bit of a mucked up possession with how the inbounds play went. And the rebound is down with Manitowoc Lutheran running the floors. Ermis, tough finish, and she can't get it to go. Foul going back the other way. And the foul is on Manitowoc Lutheran. And I'm not sure if Coach Schroffnagel thought it was on the Vikings because he was animated after that. It was the third. Oh, man, and Lindsay Nell just threw it straight to Marissa Melhorn. And Melhorn has the Lancers within 7. Here is Anna Trewin. Kicks it out to Cole. Abby Cole. Supernan is ready to shoot. Instead, shovels it back out. Top of the key to Lindsay Nell. Bounce pass to Addie Supernan. Free throw line. Jumper, no good. Addie Soup followed her own shot. Addie did. And she gets fouled. She'll head to the free throw line for bonus 1-1. So just like in the first half, the Lancers were in bonus at the 10-minute mark. The Vikings are in bonus at the 10-minute and 37-second mark here in the second half. It's a plenty long basketball game here tonight. Between the overtime of the JV game, first front end of the 1-1 for Addie goes down. And Addie will have another opportunity here from the free throw line. Second free throw. She just looks like a confident shooter when she puts the ball up. She's got 5 points now. Does Supernant. This is Ermis down to the corner. 3 ball on the way, well short. And once again, the Vikings, it was Nell that time who let Melhorn get inside position. And if that wasn't a longer rebound, the Vikings would have been in trouble again, giving up second chance points. Down here is Treewin in the corner, under pressure, fires it over. Supernant 3 on the way. Step back, oh, no good. Rimmed off, and it stays with the Vikings. I thought that was down for Addie Supernant. It hit softly off the back iron, and sometimes those hit softly and just fall in dead. That one did not. Supernant is going to key things in for the Vikings underneath. Treewin comes off of an Abby Cole screen. Cole trying to roll, puts her hand up, thrown straight to Melhorn. Here's Melhorn up ahead to Ermit. Looks cross court. Lindsay Nell bats it away. Cole can't get there, though, and it stays with the Lancers. Ooh, it should stay with Manitowoc Lutheran. Oh, boy. Back to the Vikings it goes. I thought for sure that was Lancer basketball. Supernant gets open in the backcourt. Fires it straight back to Lindsay Nell. Dangerous pass thrown straight back to Manitowoc Lutheran. Nell into a passing lane. Neither team can decide who wants the basketball here. Lindsay Nell has it now. Dribbles. Has it poked away and then commits a foul. It's her third.
Viking ball on number 2, Lindsay Nell.
The Vikings are making long passes, and they just don't see Manitowoc Lutheran standing there. And, I mean, they're not even throwing into open windows necessarily. Either that or Manitowoc Lutheran is really doing a nice job of baiting them as a safety might bait a quarterback into throwing it. I don't know. We'll see. Timeout. It's full. Take it with them. 9-point Viking lead, 9:51 to go. Stay with us. Back here on WLA TV, the Vikings lead at 51-42 over Manitowoc Lutheran. And it is Lancer basketball. Here they go. That was the third foul, by the way, on Lindsay Nell before that timeout from Coach Schroffnagel. 3 ball on the way, no good. Oh, man. The Lancers have yet to hit a 3 here tonight. The Vikes have hit 4 of them. But, man, they've had a couple. Some of them have not looked like they were going to go in, but a couple have. Here's a long 2 from Addie Supernant. Had her foot on the line. And the long rebound is out to Lindsay Nell. Nell down the paint with the floater. Good. Oh, Lindsay Nell, that is a beautiful move. She's got 5 second-half points, up to 17 on the night. Here's Melhorn out running. Straight up and down was Anna Treewin, and Treewin can't get the rebound, but Melhorn misses both. Here's Abby Cole. Nice little inside-out dribble to keep it. Cole jump stops. Hits, no, did not hit it. And Coach Schroffnagel wanted a foul on the undercut there on Abby Cole's shot. Nell got her hand on that one. Cole has another steal. Here comes Abby Cole. Spins once, down the paint, up with the right hand. And, oh, it just trickles off the rim as Abby Cole, Coach Schroffnagel with a thumbs up for Abby Cole saying thank you for being aggressive. And Melhorn picks up her second foul. And Cole to the free throw line, where first trip of the night here for Abby. First free throw is no good. Couple of rhythm dribbles for Abby, and she's into double figures. I'll tell you what, it's really difficult. Cole, that were her first second-half points there for Abby Cole. It is really difficult to get into a rhythm when you have to sit as much of the first half as Abby Cole did. and then really try to get back into playing your normal game, because you know you have the 3 fouls, and it's such a big deal in the first half, and you make such a big deal about it. Once you get back in the second half, it's like, nah, let it rip. You're good. Here's a 3-ball. Cow, it's good. First one of the night for the Lancers, and it comes from Peyton Libke. She hit it. Back down to a 9-point game. Addison Supernan steps through, gets it into Cole. Cole is fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line for bonus 1-1. 9th team foul on the Lancers. That's on Micaiah Krause, and I believe that is 4. Yeah, just as I say that, Krause, it does show 4 on Krause, so she's going to take a seat. And coming back into the game is Trisha Kiss. And I would think that would mean either Peyton Libke or Marissa Melhorn. You would expect one of those two to maybe bring up the basketball and play point guard for the Lancers. Front end of the 1-1 missed. Offensive rebound to Lindsay Nell. Nell up and under move. She gets fouled, and she's going to the free throw line. The Vikings will shoot 2 from here on out. Tale of 2 halves. And Kiss picks up the foul there. Nell goes to the free throw line. The Vikings haven't been splendid from the charity stripe. They shot extremely well. I want to say over 80% from the free throw line on Tuesday. This free throw is good from Lindsay Nell. Nell up to 18 points. And the second free throw good as well for Lindsay as she nears 20 for the second consecutive game. 22 and 7 in that first game against Oakfield. Here on the near side, bounce top of the key. This is Banky. Banky fires far side and down to the corner, ends up with Libke. Just hit a 3. This one off the side of the backboard. Offensive rebound, and Ermis can't get it to go. Banky can't get it to go. Banky gets another one, and on the floor they're going to get a foul here. So underneath inbounds forthcoming for Manitowoc Lutheran. Foul is on Lindsay Nell. That's her 4th.
Number 2, Lindsay Nell.
Nell can't believe it. Coach Schroffnagel is going to trust Nell out there on the floor. I got to be honest, with the inconsistency we've seen tonight with the whistles, there's no way Nell is staying out on the floor for me. But that's why Coach Schroffnagel gets the big bucks, and I'm sitting up here in the rafters. You know what I mean? Here goes Abby Cole, and Cole's going to pick up her 4th if she's not careful. And she's a little fortunate that there wasn't a whistle there to whistle number 4 on Abby Cole, and then I think you got to take one of them out. Here is a block from Cole, and Leah Tyson able to get the steal, and then a whistle as the foul is going to go on Ginevra Ermis.
Lancer foul number 42, Ginevra Ermis.
And is that 3 or 4 on Ermis now? It's 4 on Ermis as well. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't know if I missed one earlier on, and I did. So Ermis has 4. Nell has 4. Krause has 4. First free throw for Leah Tyson is up and good. She is the 7th Viking to shoot free throws here tonight. And there have been 5 Lancers that have shot free throws as well. And 2 for 2 that time from Leah Tyson. She doesn't get to the line very often, but proving well when she does. On that side, that's Ermis looking down inside to their main scorer, Melhorn. Offensive rebound, and stepping out of bounds was Corty. And it goes back over to the Vikings, just trying to lean on the Lancers a little bit. See if there's maybe the legs are getting a little weary. Who knows? Here's Addie Supernan, breaks the press herself. Leah Tyson fires a skip pass to Nell. Nell with a head shimmy. Turns, spins, down to Tyson. Short corner, can't get it to go. And a nice rebound there from Kiss. Kiss into the front court. Swipe that by Supernan. Gets it over here, and a shot missed by Cordy. And a good rebound there from Lindsay Nell. Nell playing with 4 fouls. Crosses over, gets to the middle of the paint. Down to Supernan. Corner. Shot fake on the 3-ball. And she has it ripped away. Nice job from Melhorn. Cole's got to be careful. And what do we got here? A block. They were not going to foul out Ermis on that, and I can't blame them there. And Coach Schroffnagel doesn't like it. There's 4 on Cole, so there you go. four of the top players in this game all having to play cautiously because they have 4 fouls. And it's a shame to see. Ermis up with the free throw and good. Although I say that, there was nothing cautious about how Ermis went to the basket there. She went flying to the hoop. Still a 12-point lead for the Vikings with 6.5 minutes to play. Ermis goes 2 for 2. She's 6 for 6 from the line here tonight. First 2 points of the second half. It took her a while to get going here in the second half. She's got 14, though. Here goes Abby Cole. Cole spins up with the right hand and the finish. Abby Cole is up to a dozen. Far side, ripping through. Here goes Ermis. Offensive rebound to Ermis. She finishes again. 4 quick ones for Ginevra Ermis. Here goes Supernan. Has it poked away. Lindsay Nell. Ermis got to be careful on the reach there that she doesn't pick up another foul. Anna Trewin almost. Lindsay Nell. I thought Lindsay might have been able to get to that and save it, but she just let it bounce into the backcourt. 6 minutes to go, 11-point Viking lead. Still plenty of time here for the Lancers to tighten this thing up. The Vikings have done a nice job just keeping them at arm's length. It's been 7 or more pretty much the entire night. Here's a 3 missed from Ermis and a nice strong rebound from Lindsay Nell. Nell and Cole continue to battle underneath. You know, Ermis is one of the bigger players on the floor in terms of size for Manitowoc Lutheran, but she does play a perimeter role more so for Manitowoc Lutheran, so at least she can avoid the fouls from that respect. And Leah Tyson's going to earn another possession here for the Vikings. It's WLA basketball. I don't know what WLA is doing. They're going back to the other side of the floor. Tyson tied things up. Good hustle. And WLA has the basketball yet again. Nell has 19 points. Cole with 12 right now. Lobs it in here to Cole. Tipped by Ermis. And I think Cole realized that Ermis touched that. And she did touch it last there. And so the Vikings are going to get the ball. I think Abby Cole was worried about touching that because it would have been over and back. But Ermis deflected it off of the inbounds pass. Addie Supernan gets free. Retreat dribble finds Lindsay Nell. Nell back to Supernand. Addie comes here to Leah Tyson. Nice ball movement. Find Anna Trewin. Left hand. Can't get it to go. And Trewin tips it out of bounds. Good effort from the Vikings. Terrific ball movement, but couldn't finish with the left hand. It is the weak side there for Anna Trewin. But that's one you expect her to make. She has been good so far in her first two games where she's really been asked to do a lot these last 2 nights. Good ball movement from Manitowoc Lutheran. Triple on the way from Krause. No good. Good block out from Addison Supernan. And Addie has the board on the long rebound. Bounce pass to far side. Lindsay Nell with the floater. Nice touch from Lindsay Nell. She's across 20. 21 points for her. 13-point lead for the Vikings. 62-49, under 5 minutes to play. Ermis looks underneath. Up and under move. Good job by Abby Cole, but she didn't turn around and then box out there. And Vikings fortunate to have Leah Tyson get the ball, and now Tyson's going to foul. That's the one thing, Leah Tyson, I just hope at some point Tyson, you just hope at some point Tyson can have the self-confidence. She's a good player, Leah Tyson. She's a heck of a player. She's a heck of a, we got a lost contact here. They're going to get a contact here and just make sure that they can they're going to make Abby Cole come out here. So they're going to send in Evelyn Davies, and Abby Cole is sprinting to the locker room. Big player for the Vikings. See if she can come back. Holy smokes. I was trying to figure out what the stoppage was for. Anyways, talking about Leah Tyson, she's a good player, very good player for the Vikings. And you just hope she gains the confidence right now. When she gets those rebounds, she looks to give it up so quickly. And you just wish she'd have a little more self-confidence because she's got the skills to take a couple of dribbles. And, you know, a couple of these passes have not been to open teammates. Ermis has started to turn it on here. Here is a Euro move, Euro step from Melhorn. Looked like a travel, but I think it was okay. I think she held that pivot foot. And Lindsay Nell fires it up ahead here to Leah Tyson. Tyson back to Supernand. Here's Treewin. Treewin finds Evelyn Davies on the cut. Evelyn Davies can't get it to go. The Vikings have missed some short shots at the rim. Haley Wolf has one that comes to mind. Anna Treewin has one that comes to mind. And now Evelyn Davies has one. This is all part of the learning, growing experience for this Viking team. And it's going to send Micaiah Krause to the free throw line for the Lancers. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in this one. Viking lead right now down to 9, and Abby Cole is out of the locker room. And she sits down, and Coach Schaffner was like, I don't think so.
Back in for the Vikings, number 22.
Melhorn makes the front end of the 1-and-1 bonus. Melhorn and Ermis combined here tonight are 12 for 12 from the free throw line. How's that? Second free throw for Krause is good. So 13 for 13 from a couple of your star players. Here is Leah Tyson. Tyson kicked it again, and she traveled too. The pressure starting to mount on the Vikings as the lead has dwindled. They had it out to 13 points a moment ago, all the way down to 7 right now. Here's Krause. Skip pass. Over here near side, that's Libke. Down to the corner. Nice shot fake there. And into the middle of the paint. And again, Nell can't do anything as Corty goes around her. And Corty has 4 points. Here's Lindsay Nell. Nell drives on the right side. Down to the middle of the paint. Up through the right hand. No good. It's a 5-point Viking lead. Lancers want to run again. This one is well over the head of Micaiah Krause's teammate. She puts her hands on her head there as Ginevra Ermis was wide open. But it was a tough pass to try to ask herself to make. She tried it. Ended up in the stands. Well, if there were stands back there. Here's Addie Supernan up ahead to Leah Tyson. Tyson finds Cole. Abby Cole drives the lane, picking her way. Spins once, has Nell. It's poked away. Here goes Melhorn down the paint and scores. Marissa Melhorn, timeout. Lancers take the timeout with all the momentum, and they're going to take a full timeout. We'll take it with them. The Viking lead down to 3. Stay with us. Back here at WLA, glad to have you along with us. Jordan King with you on WLA TV. Glad to have you along. Non-conference game here between Manitowoc Lutheran and Winnebago Lutheran. And almost eerily similar to the Oakfield game where WLA just, they had a double-digit lead second half, and they just really struggled to put away the Oaks. And the same thing is happening here to the Lancers, a team that it certainly looks better than a season ago. They're going to be better than their 15-11 record from last season. Abby Cole kicks it out, and the Vikings going to be a little bit more deliberate with it here as Cole gets hammered by Ermis. And Ermis, they're going to make her earn that last foul, I guess, because she has picked up a couple that have not been whistled. Ermis is guarding Nell right now. Nell goes around her. Tipped away. Oh, Melhorn almost had the foul. Oh, man. There is no whistle here. Melhorn knew she fouled, and there's a foul, and it needs to be a football type of hit to draw a whistle at this point. My goodness.
Lancer foul on number 14, Caitlin Whiskey.
Reffing the game a little differently than the first
Number 12, Anna Treewin.
90% of it. And a Treewin double bonus for the Vikings. And the Vikings got to be able to make the bonus free throws here. They could find themselves in trouble against a very capable Lancer team. Second free throw is strong as well. Tipped up by Abby Cole. And the rebound cleared by Libke. Out to Krause. Chance to tie for the Lancers. This game has not been tied since 0-0. At least by my count, unless I missed something early in this game, which would have been like 2-2 or something like that. I believe this would be the first one since 0-0. Addie Supernan into a passing lane. Can she get on the floor and earn it for the Vikings? Supernan, a couple of players fighting for it. Leah Tyson on the floor. Coming back for it is Melhorn. Fires it up ahead. Abby Cole has the steal. 2 minutes to go for the Vikings. They lead it by 3. Cole from behind, taken away from Ermis. No one let Cole know that there was Ermis breathing down her neck, and she took it away. Did Ginevra Ermis. And Abby Cole, check that, Lindsay Nell able to tip another one. Krause, with the runner. I think Micaiah Krause got away with the walk there, but hey, that was a beautiful shot. Well, a unique shot, and there's a double dribble from Lindsay Nell. Turned back over to Manitowoc Lutheran. I guess you could say that Micaiah Krause's shot was a Euro step, I guess. But she changed the pivot foot twice before she jumped up for the shot. Down underneath to Melhorn. Melhorn straight up. And for the first time tonight, the Lancers lead 63-62. Here's Abby Cole. Cole near side. This is Supernan. Addie Supernan finds the no-look pass down to Tyson. Tyson hit it. Response for the Vikings and a timeout for Coach Strafnagel. Tyson's got 8 points, and they're all big second half points for the Vikings. 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here. 64-63. The Vikings lead the Lancers now with $1:14 to go. Oh, my. Well, how's this for a duo? Number 42, Ginevra Ermis, in this second half has 6 points. She has 18 on the night. Marissa Melhorn, the leading scorer from a season ago, leading scorer yet again tonight. She's leading all players. She has 23 points, including 12 second half points. Marissa Melhorn. She has 21 points. I gave a couple of her free throws to her that were actually Micaiah Krause's. Krause has 6 points. So the Vikings lead it by 1 here on WLA TV, coming out of this 30-second timeout with $1:14 to go. Chance here to retake the lead for Manitowoc Lutheran. They have led for a grand total of 1 possession here tonight. Krause's going to set it up. Man-to-man defense for the Vikings. This is Melhorn trying to isolate her against Lindsay Nell. Top of the key here with Krause. Krause driving on Haley Wolf. Kicks it out to the corner. Working on Abby Cole. And stepping out of bounds. Viking basketball. And an offensive and defensive sub. Offensive sub coming in now. Anna Treewin and Addison Supernand. And they're going to keep them near the front of the bench because they want to get those two back into the ball game. If it's a defensive possession, Vikings almost gave it up. Here's Lindsay Nell. Good job by Nell to collect the ball. Addie Supernan has it. Under a minute to play. That's a dangerous pass. Tipped away. Stays with the Vikings. Stays with the Vikings as it was tipped away. Underneath inbounds, this is a dangerous one. I think that's one where Addie Supernan just put that ball on your hip, make someone come foul you. Supernand is 2 for 2 from the free throw line here tonight. Looking for Nell. Bounce pass to the corner. Nell trapped there. She does a nice job to pivot out of it. She's up near the top of the key. Crosses over. This is where the Vikings, last year, they relied on Kira Shea to dribble this thing out. And this year they can't. No Kira Shea. Who's going to be the one for the Vikings? It can't be Ermis to foul. If Ermis fouls, her night is done. But if Manitowoc Lutheran doesn't foul as a team here, their whole night's going to be done. That's tipped out. Last touch by Nell. And defensive subs coming back in for the Vikings. Huge, lots of contact. But like I said, they've done it with Nell. They've done it with Treewin. They've done it with Krause. And they've done it with Ermis. they're going to make these girls earn their last foul. It's got to be something like a rugby-style hit, or they're not going to call the foul. It's just that's what they've proven here on these girls that have 4 fouls here late in this game. So we're going to take a timeout. 64-63, back after this. Coming out of the timeout here, it'll be Manitowoc Lutheran basketball. They'll have it there on the far side of the floor. And the crowds are getting loud here for this final 18 seconds. Jenna Petrowitz will guard the inbounds pass. Bounce down to Krause, into the Melhorn. She's got 23, goes straight up. Lindsay Nell, straight up and down. One of the worst calls you'll ever see, and she's fouled out of the ball game. Count the basket and the foul for Melhorn. Melhorn made a great play. Make no mistake about it. She should not be at the free throw line. Lindsay Nell went straight up and down, and still the whistle came. Melhorn perfect from the line tonight, and she remains that way. Here is Anna Trewin. Trewin turns, gives it to Addie Supernan. Supernan looks to Cole, gets it to Anna Trewin. Trewin down the lane, and she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Couple of shots coming for the Vikings and Anna Trewin. Who'd they get this foul on? It was Melhorn. Just her third. First free throw up and good for Anna Trewin. She was 1 for 4 prior to that. She had 12 points on Tuesday. Supernan comes out in favor of Haley Wolf. Second free throw up. It's strong, and the Vikings fighting for it. No whistle in the corner. The Vikes have to foul. No, it's tied up. Oh, it's a jump. No, it's going to be a foul. The Vikings, that's actually probably a good thing, but that might just end it here. Anna Trewin is laughing as she gets called for the foul. Well, the Vikes had a lot to overcome here tonight, and a physical game, and they were on the wrong end of a lot of 50-50s here.
The line for 2 shots, number 42, Geneva Ermis.
Ermis, after being perfect, 8 for 8. I think the Vikings got a timeout here.
Full timeout, Vikings.
Yep, Vikings take a timeout. Take it with them. Back here for the final second. Vikings look like they're going to drop to 1-1. Got to get a rebound and a heave. There's the rebound. There's the heave. It's got to go. It doesn't. And Manitowoc Lutheran gets the win over WLA. Needed a little help here tonight, but they certainly got it, that's for sure, in the form of some fortuitous bounces. And certainly in the, well, we'll leave it at that. Thanks for joining us here on WLA TV. Vikings drop to 1-1, and they will continue on moving forward down the way for the Vikings after they drop this one to the Lancers. It was a Marissa Melhorn outburst here in the second half. She had 15 points in the second half. 26 make it for Melhorn on the night. Great job by her, and she leads them to the victory over WLA. A big bounce back, and this is going to be a good team. If they can find a group of guys to be as lenient on the whistles as they found tonight. Well, I shouldn't say that. WLA was whistled plenty, but this is a dangerous team. Is Manitowoc Lutheran. We're going to call it here and get out of here. Thanks for joining us here on WLA TV. Manitowoc Lutheran gets it done, 66-60.